Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hard Count Football Podcast Live. My name is Jacob Chardown, leading the next generation of football fans live on the Hard Count Football YouTube channel and right here on Bucs Report. Guys, it's week 9. It's Sunday morning. We have a lot of football in just a few hours. We're here to talk with you about every single game, give you our bets of the week, and just overall have some fun here. So we are going to be joined in just a second with Harry the Greek, as always, to get his thoughts on every single game for today. But I want to talk a little bit about that Thursday night game that we just had to watch when the Jets took on the Colts. Colts obviously beat them, I think 45-30, I want to say. You know, Mike White comes in, he's the expected starter. He plays, comes down on his drive, scores a touchdown, ends up getting hurt, which allows Josh Johnson, the backup to the backup, to come in. And, you know, he lit it up. He really did. He lit it up on Thursday Night Football. Good for Josh Johnson, man. He deserved it. But the defensive performance that the Jets made us watch on Thursday was, to say the least, embarrassing. You know, Jonathan Taylor kind of made him what was the Jets' father on Thursday night. He ran all over them. It looked easy. It looked like how he looked in college at Wisconsin, running over everybody. That can't happen. The fact that the Jets had a high-powered offense with a third string quarterback and not having their wide receiver one, and they scored 30 points and still lost the game. This defense looked lifeless. And congrats to the Colts, because they never took their foot off the gas. They came down 4 drives, 4 touchdowns. But that can't happen with the Jets. This is a young team, and I understand that they are developing and that they need to get better. But this defense wasn't the part that was supposed to be developing. It was this offense. And I don't even want to talk about this whole, if Zach Wilson can come back against Buffalo, but Mike White's healthy, should Mike White start? No, you let your rookie quarterback play. This is not a quarterback competition. It's not. Zach Wilson is the starter. He's your number 2 pick. He's your franchise quarterback. He's the future of this team. You don't let other guys take snaps from him unless you deem he's not ready to play. And if he's not at 100%, I start Mike White. If he's at 100%, you better not bench him. But this defense needs to get better. Robert Saleh is a defensive head coach. He hired Jeff Ulbrich, who is a defensive mind. He's your defensive coordinator. Everyone hyped this guy up. This can't be happening. Everyone was so critical of Mike LaFleur, their offensive coordinator, for so long, and I was too. And he goes up in the booth. This offense takes another step forward. This defense needs to get better. This honeymoon period for Robert Saleh is over. This defense needs to get better. You can't be letting up 53 points one week, then 31 points, and then 45 points. It's too many. You're putting too much weight on this offense, on this young offense. That is the one that needs to be developing. This defense should pick up where the offense leaves off. The offense shouldn't have to pick up where the defense leaves off. I don't understand it. This team needs to get better quickly. All right, let's bring in our guest for today, Harry the Greek, to talk about all these games here. Harry, what's going on, man? How are you?
What are you doing, brother? How you doing? Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's talk about some of these games here.
I got a question for you first.
Sure.
If you're leading the next generation of football, what am I? What am I? The past generation?
I mean,
the way I picked last week, you're probably right. Oh my God,
man! All right, listen. You can't win them all. You wouldn't be. It's impossible.
No, bro. It's sick. It's been so bad for the past 2 weeks. You'd swear.
Yeah.
That I never knew how to watch a coach's tape in my life. I mean, I took some bad breaks, but you know what? It's still an L. That's what it is. It's an L.
It happens, man. It happens. Let's get back at it this week here. Week 9, Harry. I got some games that I really, really like this week. There's some games I really, really like.
So do I.
All right, let's start it off here. The Houston Texans are 5.
Hold on. Before you start it off, why are you putting Coach Saleh on the hot seat already? The honeymoon's over. It's not even halfway through the season, and we're putting this guy on the hot seat. The honeymoon's over. Give me a break.
There's no hot seat. What I'm saying is that, it's 9 weeks into the season, right? Mm-hmm. They brought this guy in to be a defensive guy, to bring this defense up even more, right? This is the worst the defense that I've seen the defense look in 3 years.
Okay.
Through the first 8 weeks of the season. It's ridiculous to me because they're playing aggressive against the wrong teams. And they were playing a team like the Colts who run screen passes and are going to run the ball into oblivion. They're playing back more. I didn't understand it. And they were getting run all over them. I could deal with the passing yards. I could deal with Michael Pittman doing whatever he did. What I can't deal with is that there was 0 adjustments throughout the entire game defensively. That's it. Okay. Right? Jonathan Taylor comes out into the second half, chips off that huge touchdown. Huge touchdown. It was completely ridiculous to me, man. But here, let's start off these games. The Houston Texans, like I said, 5.5 point underdogs at the Miami Dolphins this week. To points totals 46.5, Harry. All right, Tyrod Taylor starting for the Texans. The first 2 weeks that he played, he looked real good. I hate to be that guy, but you never know. I'm going to take.
Is Tyrod actually playing?
He is. I'm going to take the Texans plus 5.5 this week, Harry. I like that.
I'm going to Texas, and that means El Paso. Yes. 0 chance I'm playing this game.
Really?
0. Oh, 0.
I think the Dolphins are just bad. They're just bad. I think the Texans are bad, but I think the Dolphins are worse. The Broncos are plus 9.5 on the road against the Cowboys, Harry. How long until the point total is 49, but how long until we can I've been saying it. How long until you can just admit that the Cowboys are a good football team?
They are a good football team. They're a really, really good football team. I never said they were bad. I can't even lie straight. No, man, they're one of the better teams in the National Football League right now. However, with that being said, their defense still isn't all that great. They got a couple of really good players on defense. There's a lot of holes in that defense, and they're going to have to put up 40 points a game to win. What do you have that line at?
It's 9.5 right now.
9.5. I like Denver catching the 9.5 in Dallas in this game. It's a lot of points, but the better play that I like in this game is under the 49.5 points because I honestly think that I think the game's going to go under the 49.5. I personally wouldn't make too much of a position on Denver getting the points in this game rather than you should be playing the under in this game.
Fair enough. I'm going to go to Texas on this game. Okay. Too many points for me. I'm just not a fan of it because this could be a sneaky cover towards the end of the game. The Vikings are 6-point underdogs on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. Points totals 50.5 here, Harry. Who do you like and why?
Actually, that game, that's one of my better games of the week. I kind of like Baltimore minus the 6, and I kind of like Minnesota getting the 6. So which way do I like? I'm going to go to Texas on the actual pick, and that means El Paso. However, the line is actually on 5 different sports books right now, and this is a game you got to bet now if you're watching this live. You want to bet over 49.5. Minnesota's going to score 24 points minimum in this game.
Fair enough. I like that bet also. I'm going to go to El Paso. I don't love this game at all. This game could go. This is one game I could see going either way. The Ravens have been super inconsistent. They're going to get. This is a game where I could easily see, the Vikings catch them off guard and putting up 30 points and winning this game here.
Yep.
Right? So I'm going to go to El Paso here, but I do like that points play for sure. The New England Patriots are minus 3.5 on the road. So road favorites here, Harry, against the Carolina Panthers. Points totals 41.5. Looks like Sam Darnold will be playing, barring any pregame setbacks today. But as we know, the New England Patriots own Sam Darnold every time he's played them so far. So what are you thinking here?
There's no running game. I want to go to Texas. He is?
He is playing today.
Oh. Really?
He is.
Now New York Jets fans get to see what Sam Darnold's all about again, just like 2/3 of the quarterbacks in the National Football League. If McCaffrey is 100 and he plays over 60% of the snaps, you have to go with Carolina. But I'm going to Texas in the game. I need 1 week. Go to El Paso. New England's defense, they spent millions of dollars solidifying this defense in the offseason, and it has done nothing for them. They were better last year.
Yeah, what I don't understand, this is where I'm kind of stuck here, is that I know.
But hold on. What's the total?
It is 41.5.
Okay, bet the over. That's my pick.
Yeah. Here's what I'm going to say. I am split because Yes, I obviously want to say the Panthers because I know how the Panthers play when McCaffrey's playing. What I worry about when I'm betting this game is how many snaps is McCaffrey going to play, right? He's coming off the IR. They don't want to, I doubt they want to rush him back. I don't know, but I bet everyone wants to beat the Patriots. So there's that on the other side. So he might play his normal amount of snaps. Listen, this is a game. I'm gonna probably go to Texas on this one also. I don't know. I don't love this one either. It's difficult, but I was gonna also say I do like the overplay for this week because I think there will be more points scored in this game than people expect.
Which game?
In the Patriots Panthers game, I think the 41.5 is a nice number.
Yeah, you can find some spots at 40 and 41
Mm-hmm.
on this. Just to let you know, I just checked that 41.5 is the max. Do not, I repeat, please do not try to bet over if it goes over 41.5. That is the max that you should be allowed. That half a point is absolutely crucial.
Yep, absolutely. All right. So the Buffalo Bills are 14.5-point favorites on the road at Jacksonville. I mean, Harry, we saw last week the Rams and the Texans play, and the Texans sneaky cover, a backdoor cover towards the end of the game there, which was aggravating. But points total here is 48.5, Harry. I mean, it's hard to. The Bills probably are the best team in the AFC right now. I mean, they're steamrolling through everybody. Everybody that they've
3 weeks ago, it was Baltimore. 4 weeks ago, it was Buffalo. 6 weeks ago, it was the Kansas City Chiefs. 5 weeks ago, it was the Chargers. There is no clear-cut choice here, guys. Come on, stop it. Right now, they're probably playing the best football. Their defense is really starting to suffer and hurt. I'm going to go to Texas in this game, but you know the way I feel. Even with bad teams, you bet bad teams, you bet bad games, you get bad results. Don't be surprised if Jacksonville covers and it ain't a backdoor cover either. Don't be surprised that this game is close all the way through the third quarter and Buffalo squeaks one out. So if you push me in the corner, this is not a pick I'm giving out. You take Jacksonville at home with all the points because if you wait a couple more hours, you'll be able to get even more points if you take Jacksonville.
Yeah. I like. Listen, I like the Bills in this game.
So do I.
They're gonna win. I mean, I'm not gonna doubt that they're gonna win this game. That 14.5 is not something that I love.
Nope,
But
not a division game.
The thing with the Bills that I've noticed is that they only really come alive in the second half of the game.
Correct.
So listen, 48.5 is a lot of points. And I am not a fan usually of taking the under in any game. But this feels like a game that might go under for me.
What's the total?
48.5 I got.
I don't have it written down here. Yes, I do. I got 48.5 as well. And I don't like, you're probably right. You are probably right. You are probably right, Jacob. It's not a game I want to give up, but I do like the way you're thinking on this.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go on the record saying El Paso.
Yeah, I'll go with El Paso also. All right, so this is a game I'm excited for. The Cleveland Browns are 2.5-point underdogs on the road against the Cincinnati Bengals.
I know.
And the Bengals have been my killer, haven't they, Harry? They have been they've been my New York Giants for you, is what they've been.
Yeah, you do know I want to give you the one single finger salute, right?
The points total for 47.5 in this game.
47.
I'm sure, as everybody knows, the Browns release OBJ. Agree to his release after whatever happened there. And I am going to play the Browns plus 2.5 against the Bengals because I don't think the Bengals defense is that good. And I think the Browns defense is going to eat against Joe Burrow this week. Harry, I'm sure this is a trap game because of course it's going to be when I pick it, but
no, it's not a trap game. Jacob, grow some hair down there. Just look down and say, poof, grow some hair. You don't need the points. Just bet Cleveland. It's my game of the week. It's a road underdog, which is very unusual. It's my game of the week.
That's also my game of the week.
And you know what? You just might as well, since we both agree on it, everybody needs to run for the hills because I'm going to tell you, shove it in with both hands and both feet. Look, guys, don't be scared here. I don't care that he's playing with a torn pec muscle and the opposite throwing shoulder. It doesn't make a difference. You still have one running back. You got a defense. Cincinnati's going to turn the ball over minimum of 3 times in this game. Bet the over, bet everything. Just bet Cleveland, bet the over. I love the game.
I'm not going to go that far. I'll say the Browns are this is my game of the week, but I'm just going to say take the Browns. I'm just going to say take the Browns.
When I got up this morning, I took the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Get it?
yeah, I got you. The Atlanta Falcons are 7-point underdogs on the road against the New Orleans Saints, and everyone points total's 42.5. Everyone's gonna be Jacob. But Trevor Simeon is playing quarterback for the Saints. Why? 7 points. 7 points. 7 points. And I'm going to go out on the record right now. And I think that Sean Payton might be the best coach in the NFL right now.
Oh God.
He might be. He might be one of the smartest.
Oh God, you're killing me.
And here's why.
Oh no, please tell us. We're all waiting here with bated breath.
Last year, Teddy Bridgewater 5-0. Or 2 years ago, Teddy Bridgewater 5-0. Last year, there was someone who came in and won games. Might have been Taysom Hill. I remember someone came in and won games, but 3-0 with them. This year, what were they? 5-2 with Jameis Winston? 5-2 with Jameis Winston?
It's an irrelevant stat.
Then came in.
They got no wide receivers for New Orleans.
Trevor Simeon beats the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, stop. I know they did. Tampa had an absolute awful game. They finally got exposed in their secondary. The defense isn't as good as what people are saying.
Harry,
but these still are the New Orleans Saints.
Can you remind me of a team that went and won the Super Bowl with a subpar offense and an elite defense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
I was gonna go even farther and say the 85 Bears, but that's
what? They were the highest scoring team in the National Football League. Yeah, the 85 Bears.
Yeah.
Your parents weren't even no. Your parents were around in 85, I believe.
I'll say this. I'll say the San Francisco 49ers should have won that game in the Super Bowl 2 years ago with that subpar offense and elite defense, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is a team. This Saints team is one that's sneaky good. I'm telling you.
Oh my God, you're killing me. Sneaky good.
But the Falcons are going to cover this game, Harry. +7. It's too many points for Trevor Simeon.
I do like the Falcons a little bit plus the 7, but I'm going to tell you what I love in this game.
Is it the over?
You're absolutely correct, sir.
Is it the over?
I think you ought to ask the two people that shared your show to go ahead and at least share it a few more times.
Yeah.
For you. Just let you know. Just don't forget to share the show. The two people that are out there, put it on other platforms. It kind of helps this young man grow organically.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Yeah, Harry, I like the Falcons +7 in this one. I really do. I don't know who's going to win the game, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than these books are expecting it to be. I like the +7 here. All right. Then the Las Vegas Raiders are playing the New York Giants. The Raiders are 3-point favorites on the road. Points total's 46.5, Harry. Who do you like and why?
Let's go back to the New Orleans game. I definitely that is one of my plays of the week. You definitely want to play the over in that game. Atlanta can't stop anybody, and I think that the game that the New Orleans Saints did put on last week, I think it took a lot out of them. They went up against the world champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they gave it everything they possibly could. This is a game that you really, really, really want to favor the Atlanta Falcons, and just merely because of the fact of everything that was exhausted in that previous game.
Mm-hmm.
If New Orleans comes out and absolutely beats the brakes off this team, then I'm going to tell you New Orleans is for real, and you are correct. Sean Payton's one of the best coaches in the National Football League, if not the best. I don't agree with that statement. I think this game's going to be a lot closer. I'm not giving that pick out. I'm going to go to Texas. I'm actually picking a side, but it wouldn't surprise me to see Atlanta cover. But I definitely love the over in the game.
Yeah, no, I'm giving this pick out. I'm giving out the Falcons +7 today.
Perfect.
Yep. All right. You ready to move on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Raiders -3 at the Giants today, Harry. Points totals 46.5. Who do you like and why?
I'm going to go to Texas here.
All
right. I don't know how to pick this game between the Raiders and Giants. I mean, the Giants have been your Cincinnati Bengals, as you mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I gave out the Panthers last week when they played the Giants. I loved that pick. Really like that. Oh no, the Falcons. Whenever the Panthers played the Giants, it might have been 2 weeks ago. The Giants are a team for me they're super matchup. It's all matchups, which is everywhere in the NFL. That's when you get those upsets. Is when you don't look at these singular
Yep.
matchups. The Raiders, I feel, are better than the Giants at almost every position right now.
The Raiders are supposed to win this game, but there's something about home underdogs. It's like trying to beat a dog stuck in a
Have
corner.
you been to a Giants game, Harry? The Giants at home is not a Giants home game, especially when the Raiders are in town here. I was at a Raiders Jets game just a few years ago, and the Jets beat the brakes off the Raiders in that game. But it was definitely probably 60-40 Raiders fans, maybe 50-50.
Stop it.
I'm telling
And
you.
shame on you guys in New York for not supporting your ball clubs. I don't care if you go 0
Well,
and
well,
50.
now, I mean, that Jets Patriots game was at least 70-30 Jets fans. That was crazy. But listen, I really like the Raiders in this game. I'm gonna give out the Raiders -3. I think they come into MetLife. I don't care what else is going on outside of the Raiders on-field play right now. I think the Raiders beat the Giants by more than 3 points. I'm taking the -3 today, Harry.
I see a trap game there. Be very careful when you put your money on this game. I'm going to Texas, El Paso. Next game.
Sure. The Los Angeles Chargers are 1.5-point favorites against the Philadelphia Eagles, Harry.
Line started at 3.5. It went to 3. It went to 2.5. It went to 2, and now it's only 1.5. Are you kidding me? All this money's going on Philadelphia. I'll
I'm,
finish up on this. You tell me who you like and why, because this is my second top pick of the week.
This is my second top pick of the week, Harry. I'm taking the Chargers -1.5 all day long. I'm gonna go if I'm this game. I don't know what the Eagles have done to be 1.5-point underdogs against the Chargers, who at any moment could just explode and put up 50 points on you. I haven't seen Philadelphia do that. I mean, the Lions game last week was nothing. I'm not counting. That's a game where I don't even look at. I'm not even looking at that game in terms of the Eagles play.
No, without question, I get that. But this game also reminds me of a previous Cincinnati game when I told everybody it was a trap game. This could be a trap game. So I'm going to go into the trap. You're going to take my money if I'm wrong. But you got to play the Chargers in this game.
Yeah.
You just have to. Absolutely.
Yeah, this doesn't even feel like a trap game to me. This just feels like one where people are trying to be smart and bet and bet an underdog, a home underdog, and I think it's the wrong one this week for sure. So I'm giving out the Chargers -1.5 today. The Green Bay Packers, the Aaron Rodgers list. Green Bay Packers, the immunized Aaron Rodgers list.
Immunized. Immunized. I love it.
+7 at the Kansas City Chiefs today, and this is Harry. Like Harry's spinning in circles right now because he has no. But the Chiefs, but they suck. But the Packers don't have Aaron Rodgers, and he's gonna go to Texas because he hates both these teams. So
No, actually, I've got a dime bet on Kansas City this week.
Really?
Because I'm going to tell you why. Kansas City's let me tell you something. Kansas City's going to do a much better job controlling the line of scrimmage, especially on their offense, and they're going to make more concerted effort to go ahead and run the ball on a team that's very run prone. I mean, they're very suspect against the run, which is going to set up a lot of play action and a lot of magic that Mahomes has. You're going to see more of a Mahomes-esque type of game this week against Green Bay. Now, Matt LaFleur on the other side is an absolute genius of a head coach. Okay. The Packers are starting Jordan Love in this game. The wide receivers are going to be at full strength. You have an extraordinary running game in Green Bay. So everything is pointing toward the Packers this week. Okay.
Mhm.
Look, I've been very critical on both these teams. Kansas City isn't that good, but this is a must win game for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's not a must win game for the Green Bay Packers. Kansas City's defense is going to have to concentrate on stopping the run, which they don't do a very good job of. But if they don't respect Green Bay's passing game, which I'm going to suspect this is exactly the way I went through it and did the coach's tape on this, this is going to be very conducive for Kansas City, especially covering the points this week. I understand why all the pundits love the Green Bay Packers in this game. But believe me when I tell you, it's a lot easier to play defense when you know that one team has to particularly be very, very, very good at one thing like running the football. If you force them into a situation to pass, Kansas City can still get a little bit of a pass rush on you. And for that fact, any team in the National Football League, if they know that you have to rely on one thing, can play better on that particular side of the ball. So, I'm not trying to be too long-winded about it, but this is actually a game I actually like a lot. With pleasure, I tell you that Green Bay is going to go down early and it's going to force them to pass, and that's where Green Bay turns the ball over a minimum. You ready? Not once, not twice, 3+ times in this game. You're going to have 3 turnovers by Green Bay if Kansas City gets up by 7 to 10 points early.
Yeah,
That's my pick.
I think they're gonna. The most important thing for Green Bay, like you said, is going to be establishing the run today. Um, and between AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones, they're going to have to carry this game. They're going to have to carry this team. This defense is going to need to get to Patrick Mahomes early. I think they do. I really do. I think this game's going to be not close, but I think it's going to be low scoring. I'm going to take the under in this game, Harry. If the points total is 48, I'm going to take the under in this game with the Packers with a backup quarterback, and I just don't think the Chiefs score that many points today.
Yeah,
But
I kind of like the under 2. It was 52.5 on my site. Where did you say you got it at?
FanDuel, I got it 48.
You had a 48?
Yeah.
Wow, I got them at 52.5. Go ahead and go to the next game. I'll circle back to it. I have to check this. I'm sorry.
For sure. All right. The Arizona Cardinals are 3.5-point underdogs on the road against the San Francisco 49ers. So the points total is 45.5 right now. So Kyler Murray is a game time decision in this one. D Hop is probably not going to play.
DeAndre Hopkins never misses football games, guys.
I am going to go to El Paso in this game just because I don't know who the quarterback's going to be.
Hmm.
If Kyler Murray's playing, this line's obviously going to change. So it's difficult to say, oh, I'm going to take the plus 3.5 if Kyler Murray's playing. So for now, I'm just going to go to El Paso. And in general, it's hard to bet on these NFC West matchups because they always flip every single time, no matter who the better team is.
I'm going to go to Texas as well. And circling back to the Green Bay Kansas City game,
Yep.
in the beginning part of the week, this game started at 53. It's down to 48, as you said. 5 points. That is how much the books are trying to beg you to play the over in this game. And I'll tell you this right now. They may get me to go ahead and bet the over. I loved the under at 52.5. But if this gets down to 47 or 47.5 at game time, I'm going to have to go over because you know what? Um, I still think Kansas City's going to jump out on them big. You can get a couple of late garbage touchdowns where they got to score 18 to 24 points. They'll get it.
Did your cat just climb onto the top of your cabinet? Did I just
Did,
see that right?
yes, sir. That's what you
Okay.
did see.
All right.
And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and bring it up there just so that you can see this. And there he is. From the kitchen, that little spot up there, from the top to the top of the cabinet, he climbed right up that.
That's crazy. That's ridiculous.
That's Zipper. I heard him going up there.
All right. Sunday Night Football, Harry. The Tennessee Titans without Derrick Henry are going to take on the Los Angeles Rams, who are the best team in football. I don't care what I don't care. They're the best team in
I agree.
football.
What do you have the line at, sir?
Titans are +7 right now.
Mhm.
I mean, Harry, not only I'm going to take the Rams, but I can't even okay. I'm going to go back and try and find the clip because I remember that, I mean, the Rams have been my Super Bowl pick since the Stafford trade even happened.
Mine too.
Now the Rams have Von Miller, who in the right system, Harry, he's still an impact. He still makes an impact on this defense. Now you have to worry about, imagine I told you 3 years ago, Harry, that Aaron Donald, Von Miller, and Jalen Ramsey were all going to be on the same defense. And now you add a guy like Leonard Floyd into the mix there.
Yeah, you know what? Everybody gets enamored. Go ahead. I'm going to let you finish with this. I love it. I love the Rams too. I'm going to take your side on this, okay? I really am. But go ahead.
The Rams are they're so good. They are such a good football team, Harry.
Yes,
They're my Super Bowl pick. I think that looks more and more likely every single day that passes right now as the Rams do more and more. And I think this is the most interesting situation in football as well. Because everyone, you build through the draft. But The Rams have given away every single one of their draft picks. They might as well not even have a scouting department at this point. I mean,
they've mortgaged the house, bro.
they've and yeah, it's working. It's working. But after it's because they drafted Jared Goff and they were like, oh God, we're never gonna try this again. And then they just went and they signed all their other players. But Cooper Kupp has been a stud. He needs to, in order for this team, he needs to stay healthy. He has not proven to me that he can stay healthy in the second half of the season in any point in his career. But even if Cooper Kupp goes down, right? Even if Kupp goes down, Robert Woods is a wide receiver one if put in that situation. This team is they're so deep, and they're starting every position on this team is a top position in football. Is a top squad in football, Harry.
You seen him jump down, didn't you?
Harry, I mean, I love the Rams in this game. What are you thinking here?
What do I think? I think this game should be -10, -12, -13, honestly. I mean, bro, the Rams are going to absolutely destroy this team. This is not even going to be close. This is my game of the week. Rams. And I never ever give games of the week when a team is -7 points. What was that long dissertation I gave you and everybody out there, the three people that are watching, honestly? What did I tell you?
About what?
And by the way, that's Zipper.
Yeah, he made his way over.
He made his way over. When a team has to concentrate on one thing, especially with Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Leonard Floyd, can I keep going? They are going to feast on Ryan Tannehill. Okay, Tannehill has a resurgent career because of what? The running game. The same thing that Sam Darnold looks so good in the beginning part of the year because of who? Christian McCaffrey. The reason why 2/3 of the quarterbacks that are mediocre at best, who become Pro Bowl caliber players because of what? A running football team. So if you're telling me that Adrian Peterson's going to be the savior for this team, oh my God, no.
They have a pretty good backup in Jeremy McNichols, who I don't.
I know. McNichols is a good running back.
Okay.
He's not bad, but he's not.
No, he's not.
He's not running through like a 500-pound wrecking ball. Okay, that you just. It's not that you can't tackle him. You don't want to tackle him.
You know what?
Because it hurts.
You know what's going to happen here? You're going to start to see that Ryan Tannehill hype. It's going to start to die down because he's going to need to start throwing the ball more and more and more. He won't be able to.
That's the reason why I love the Rams in this game.
Yep, absolutely, Harry. Monday Night Football, the Bears at the Steelers. Mm-hmm. Matt Nagy's back, which sucks. The Bears are +6.5. I mean,
but he's not calling plays, Jacob.
Yeah, but the point total is 38.5, which is incredibly low, and it's hilariously low. But I'm going El Paso. If I had to pick a winner, I'm taking the Steelers because I don't think the Bears will win this game.
But we're not picking winners; we're picking the spreads.
So I'm gonna go to El Paso though.
Okay, good. I like this game. Justin Fields is going to have a field day. This game is going to be the breakout game for him. T.J. Watt is questionable.
He played well last week.
He played very well last week. I want to see a little bit more out of his arm. You're also getting a left tackle back. There's a possibility that Tevin Jenkins is going to play.
He hasn't played a snap, Harry.
It doesn't make a difference. It's better than the 40
in his career.
Can I finish? Hello.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Although I really appreciate Jason Peters' services, okay, and some of the pancake blocks that he puts out there, the offensive line is going to get significantly better because they're going to be rotating a lot of players out of there. I think they're going to let him throw the ball from the run a little bit more. David Montgomery is able to come back and play. That's already been released. So between him and I dare to say Khalil Herbert being a two-headed monster, my Lord, where did this kid come from? I'll tell you where he came from. Ryan Pace is a genius for picking late round players. He just can't pick first and second round players
Ryan
to
Pace.
save his league.
Ryan
He
Pace
sucks.
is a genius, said Harry.
He sucks. I just wanted my friends out there from 1252 that I know that might be watching this later, absolutely throwing up in their mouth when I said this. No, for those reasons, I do like Chicago in this game, getting the 6.5 points, and I kind of like the over a little bit, 38.5. They match up well.
I kind of like that over too. Let's get through some of these comments, and then Harry, I'm going to get you out of here, and we're going to wrap this thing up. So, Christopher Cole says, "Hey
Can
guys,
Zipper stay here?
Yeah, he can. That's cool." Chris, what's going on, Chris? Thanks for
Hey,
tuning
Chris, how are you, buddy?
David Turner says the Saints defense beat the Tampa Bay Bucs, not Trevor. Okay, well, Trevor was
hang on. He said go Bucs.
Yeah,
Zipper said go Bucs.
I'm sure he did. David says, "Give me the Packers. Something is wrong with Patrick Winston. I mean, Patrick Mahomes. There was just something wrong with him. I don't know what it is, but yeah, he isn't right mentally. Okay. Can everyone go? And this is something I'm so tired of this Patrick Mahomes hate because everyone needs to go watch these games. His receivers are either not getting open, so he's having to put it in these ridiculously tight windows, or they're dropping the ball. It's going off their hands, and he hasn't been great. But this defense has been the reason they're losing games. It's not all quarterback play. It's not all quarterback play.
The last generation of football people that watch games told you guys last year that he's seen a tendency that defenses were going to start getting caught up to the baby goat. Let me explain to you why. And it's not the baby goat. He turned into the Billy goat. And I'll tell you why. Because he's constantly throwing across his body. You cannot throw across field and across your body because defenses pick it up. When you send the blitz and you play two high safeties, look, man, Kansas City has a propensity of what they can't help themselves. When they see the middle of the field open, they're like, wait a minute, we got to go deep. It's a trap. When you're sending the rest of your rushers up there in the middle of the field's open, they're not throwing anything underneath. Nothing. Teams are inviting, just like the Buccaneers, they invite people to throw underneath. Two high safeties. What do you think happened to Brady in that last game? Do you know the play that happened? New Orleans had two high safeties.
I know. I told you.
There.
I texted you. I got two high safeties and all.
Oh, that's right. You did do that too. There were two high safeties, and he just can't help himself. Mahomes is doing the same thing. But the difference is the receivers in Tampa are still getting open, where in Kansas City they're not getting open. And a lot of it has to do because when you have to run longer routes, that means your pass protection has to hold up.
Yeah.
And it's not holding up. And then the guy's rolling to his right and throwing across his body.
Yeah.
That is a recipe for disaster.
But you're also expecting an offense to score however many points because this defense is atrocious with the Chiefs.
I agree.
They're really bad. Christopher Cole says Dennis Allen makes the Saints. They got to face Brady for a D. Okay. David says, yeah, this is going to be the start of the downfall for the Titans season, but sorry, Jacob, Rams aren't the best team in football. Unfortunately, that goes to Dallas.
I can appreciate that comment that he just made.
The only loss was week 1 against the Bucs that they honestly should have won. That went down to the wire. I agree. They should have won that game. But
wait a minute. They still lost, and Tampa turned the ball over like a zillion times in that game. Look, Dallas's defense is the reason why they're not the best team in the National Football League, David.
That's
truthfully.
Yeah,
that's the reason why. That's why that candle goes to either Tampa or the Rams. And right now it's not Tampa, it's the Rams because of the defense and the way it's collectively staying together. Their offense can keep up with teams. I wouldn't say their offense is the best in the National Football League scoring point for point. But I'll take that defense that they got out there right now in LA, and I'll take that offense that's still controlled and can get the ball deep and having a Matthew Stafford. But Dallas, if they had the Rams defense, that team would be just absolutely deadly, David. You're absolutely correct. Let me tell you something. The Dallas Cowboys, in order for them to win the Super Bowl, they're going to have to score 50 points, period, because they're not going to stop anybody, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah. Chilwell says, who do you think the Bucs prioritize re-signing? It's week 9. I don't know. Who's even a free agent on the Bucs next year?
I don't know this right now. I'm probably not going to look at that probably to the last quarter of the season. That was a great comment. Thanks.
It was a great comment, but I don't know right now. I can't. We're focused on
picks
and games today. But Harry, I think we're good. I think I'm going to let you get out of here and we're going to wrap this thing up. So Harry, go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you.
Right now, you can find me across the street over at Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy's place because I have to help him put a water pump on his car. Go figure. Kidding. You can find me on the over under. It's still alive. Often imitated, never duplicated. 1252 Sports. I'm out of Chicago. I'm on Friday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. And you can also find me with Mr. Jacob Charnow and whatever show here on Bucs Report, decides to have me on. And you know what? I'm going to go point over my shoulder, and there's my one bad boy over there. He's just kind of looking out the window. It's a beautiful day. Go football. It's going to be exciting. Have a great thing. Thank you so much, Jacob.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later.
See you.
Peace. All right, guys. And with that, we're going to wrap today from the Hard Count Football Podcast Live. My name is Jacob Charnow. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. Special thanks to Harry the Greek for joining me and giving out our picks. As always, guys, go follow me on Twitter at Jacob Charnow, Instagram at Hard Count Football, and go subscribe to Hard Count Football for other content very similar to this. See you guys next Sunday. Enjoy week 9.